What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. How we doing?
Feeling fucking good. Feeling dangerous. Just jumping right in. Not much preparation, you know.
What time is it?
Kind of how we usually do it.
10:33.
Yeah, 10:33, bro. It's becoming.
Good.
No, it's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I feel like for anyone that doesn't know, we don't really plan these at all.
Yeah, that's one thing that I loved about Mike, where that's why he was always against like artists making music on like a set time, because it's like, how do you know when you're going to be creative?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I have a studio session tomorrow between 1 and 4 p.m. And it's like, what if you're not feeling it at that time? Like, then you're kind of like forcing the issue. So we just kind of do it like when the time feels right. Like, yo, you want to run one and two? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've like impulse done some where we're just like, yo, let's run it. We just fucking set it up. No plans, nothing, no idea of what we're going to talk about. So I think that's good. Just kind of like, at least we have the freedom to do that right now, you know?
Yeah, although like we are like, yeah. No, I mean the way we do it, fucking bro, the way we do it works.
Yeah.
You know, the way we do it works. I mean, I'll certainly say it's I think, you know, for the actual content itself, I mean, it hasn't suffered thus far, but like I do think that it would be nice to split it up, you know, instead of like we're doing like 4 or 5, you know, in 3 days basically right now, just because like we have to, because I'm fucking in Miami, you know, so like, we have to just like get it in. But
once you're back, we'll be fine.
yeah, and I'm excited really more so to just, you know, like if you guys like the podcast now, like once we're tapped in, you know, like that's when it's really gonna get better.
And when we start getting like really big guests on, it's going to be really cool too, because our idea of this show, it's not to have the guests on that you see on Full Send Impulsive where it's entertaining. They really don't get in depth about anything. Like, we want to dive deep into these guests. Like, we want to get some big name people on and maybe dig out some information that like nobody else has ever heard before.
Yeah, like for me, bro, I remember like before even doing this, like I wanted to like do a different podcast, you know, and like I just thought it would be really cool, bro, to get a kick out of hearing out of people like, oh, that's a really good question, you know, because I would get that a lot in life, bro, because like I would be around like celebrities and influencers and fucking people that like have surface level conversations with, bro, like and these people probably feel they probably just feel lonely, you know, they probably don't feel heard, they don't feel, you know, really seen, they probably feel like they can't really relate to anyone, they feel like they're just, again, burdened by this self-image, you know, like the fucking, like the Tanamanjos of the world, you know? Right. So that's why, like, that was, like, one of my upper hands that I played, like, to get close to people was, like, I would just dig deep, like, not even dig deep, bro. I would just have a conversation like you and I would have, you know, and, like, you would just be so surprised, bro, by, like, just people don't really speak about it, you know? Like, I've almost felt like our performance, I mean, you're dialed in, bro. Like, I was listening, like, to the pod, and like, bro, like you sound good, you know, like, bro, your thoughts come, and I mean, my delivery is good, but it's just I just feel like it's shaky. I feel like I'm nowhere near my best, and I could tell it's because I'm just not the most focused right now, you know. So but I guess so like I feel like personally I've been like performing at like a 5. And my 5 is really good. You know, Jake Moscato's 5 is really fucking good. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like I could take it so much farther. So I'm excited to like start getting back into the books, bro. Andrew Huberman, I've been talking about him a lot, bro. But like, you know, this neuroscientist, you know, posted yesterday, like it's been proven that meditation helps with focus, you know. Yeah. So, you know, I want to meditate. That'll get me focused. I want to read because that'll help me articulate things better, put together like better points. Also have like more content to speak about. Mm-hmm. You know, and then yeah, do breath work so I'm less stressed out. And overall, like we just want to, you know, we've really just been speaking a lot, bro, about like how we can just make this better, you know. So we're gonna be more dialed and the guests and yeah, I kind of want to segue into that, like into the guests. You know, because I had a beautiful meditation today, bro. Another beautiful meditation today, bro. And it was like, it's just so weird, bro. Because meditation is one of those things that like before you do it, it's so fucking hard. It's so fucking hard, bro. And one of the things that deters you from doing it is like, normally when you do it, you don't really feel any different, you know, or like you can't actually like get, you know, tap in. Like you can't like. The coolest thing about meditation, bro, is like when you really tap in. and you feel something. That's when meditation gets cool, you know? So today during my meditation, you know, I was just having a real tough time, you know, just really, you know, not wanted to be there. I was doing it in the sauna. There was like 20 people in the sauna, and I'm sitting there like, bro, I got 15 minutes. I don't want to be here. I got all the, you know, I got to go shoot this pod. Zach's probably pissed at me. I'm in the fucking sauna, you know. And I just stayed with it, just with the breath, you know, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, you know. And then, bro, around minute 10 today, you know, out of a 16-minute meditation, around minute 10, bro, something profound happened. And basically what happened today was, bro, I almost like looked into the future, you know, and I don't know if it was a future that like I wanted to create or a future that was going to happen, but like, bro, I saw things like very vividly. You know, I saw Gary V, you know, us doing a podcast with Gary V. And I was so convicted, like even after the meditation, to like almost pull over to the side of the road and like hit him up and be like, yo, Gary, like give the boys a fucking shot, you know, give the boys a fucking shot. But I'm just saying, like, I was looking into the future, bro, of just us like podcasting, bro, with high level people and my family, bro, and the beautiful house and the kids, bro, and in Utah, and just and bro, I actually saw my father's death. Actually, I didn't like see his death, but I saw like the card. You know, like at a funeral, there's a card. I saw like the card, and I saw like myself in the future around my family, bro, and everyone's crying, you know, and I'm like sitting there, like I'm like about to cry in the sauna, bro. My eyes are closed. No one even knows what the fuck is going on, you know. And I'm sitting there in the sauna, like getting emotional, bro, because I'm feeling like the emotions of like, damn, like what would it be like if my dad died, you know? And I'm like literally sitting there, like I'm like, right now, my dad is like dead to me. Like that's how real this meditation was, you know? So yeah, I say all of that because there's so much lessons in there. Lesson number one, right, is like, especially just with my own father, is like, bro, like me and my dad haven't been on good terms, you know? Like maybe that's something I need to figure out. But you know, I just wanted to say, you know, for anyone listening, if you're going through something that's really rough, I am such an advocate for meditation, not because I'm trying to be trendy or be woo woo, but I think that meditation, not medication. I think that meditation, bro, is one of the only things that's really proven to bring you out of a bad place.
Yeah.
And I think it's the only way to receive God. Meaning, like in prayer, you could speak to God, you know? But there's something about meditation, and especially paired with breath work. There's just something with that, bro, where it takes you places, you know? And that's why people do it. And that's like, for us, I just think it would be really, I mean, there's so much reasons why I think it's cool, but yeah, I just wanted to share that, bro. Cause speaking about guests, like I was watching us with like these like bigger guests, bro. And, I mean, you know, we've talked about manifestation, almost like talk shit about manifestation, but like, bro, if we can like, if we can see our future that clearly, it's that there's no, and maybe just logically by seeing our future that clearly, we'll just logically like, bro, what if I did pull over and just hit him up, and like he just was on his phone at that time, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's like the whole idea with like Charlie Rocket's like quantum physics, where it's like he talks about how things already happened before they happened. Like he'll go around and tell people like, I already did it, you know, and it didn't even happen yet. And then he kind of speaks these things into existence.
Yeah.
And, I mean, bro, like think about all the things you've accomplished or, you know, even me and the things that we've done, like majority of them, like we envisioned that like far before that we got them.
Yeah.
You know, we thought about these things. We thought about the scholarships. We thought about, you know, I mean, once we started the podcast and we thought about like being at this point, and now we're here. Now we're envisioning 1 million followers and, you know, interviewing people like that. So it's just like, I just think it's just sooner or later it's bound to happen as long as you just continue with the work ethic and consistency.
Yeah.
And continue to progress. Like you can't plateau. You got to keep making pivots and in-game adjustments,
Yeah.
and just tweaking little things. Once you kind of have the blueprint, all you got to do is just make minor adjustments here and there to keep the thing fresh.
Yeah, no, bro, I completely agree with you. I just think that, if you try to like manifest or you try to visualize things when you're in a not good state of mind, like we've been talking about it all week, like, bro, in order to do like these like great things, you have to feel good, you know? If I try to like manifest something right now, bro, and close my eyes, like I'm just so flooded. The problem about trying to visualize something, if your head isn't in a very peaceful place, is all of your regular thoughts are going to come and fuck up that visualization. So like if I were to like try to visualize something right now, I'd probably be flooded with my taxes and my rent and my ex-girlfriend, just like normal like daily shit, But today was just so powerful because I spent 10 minutes of like letting go of all of that, and then I was able to see the future for what it actually could become.
Yeah.
Independent of the things that I don't like about my current life. And that was like a big thing for me today. It was like I saw that like, my current life is like a very small sliver of what's actually going to come.
Yeah.
And like that's a beautiful thing, like to think about your life. If you're in a bad place, it's like, dude, like this current thing in your life, if you make a choice of like, I'm gonna like actively choose to change this, and I'm gonna do whatever the fuck that I have to do to change my future, right? You can get out of a bad place. Like it's not even about getting out of a bad place. It's more so just realizing that it's such a temporary thing. It's such a temporary thing, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Who you are today, you should thank your younger self, because you're two different people. So your younger self did the right things and took the, exact steps to be this person today. So like what you should do is thank your younger self. Thank you for bringing me here. Thank you for building this body, building this mindset, getting over the adversity.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure our self 5 years from now will thank this version of ourselves.
Yeah.
So we're just this never ending cycle of evolving and just growth. So you should always like have that in mind, where you're like this person who I am today is not going to be the same person 6 months from now. Like I talked to you about it last night. From the beginning of December, I don't even remember who I was before December 3rd. Before December 3rd, I was living life on cruise control. I really don't even remember where I couldn't even think about my thought process. And I have like one of the best memories that I know. You know what I'm saying? You can attest to that.
It's very good. It's very
good. My
good.
memory is sharp. And I was living my life in this fog and in cruise control for who knows how long. Yeah. I was just in this repetitive, just go with the flow. Who gives a fuck? I'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. And then, boom, something traumatic happens in my life. And, bro, my fucking eyes go wide. You know what I'm saying? Wide open.
Yeah.
My whole perspective changes. And now from that point on, now I'm like, okay, like I could look in the mirror now and start to like this person a lot more. And I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I know the person that I was before that happened. I definitely, if I would look at him now, I would hate that version of me.
And that's such a testament of why traumatic things and the moments in life that you really don't want to happen can be so good for change. Because normal change happens, like Atomic Habits. That book is all about, hey, if you want to change, right, you're not going to radically change. You need to work on like becoming 1% better every day. And that'll stack up.
It's a compound effect.
Yeah, but if you want it, like, if you go through something really tough, like a breakup, right? That's a good way to change fucking overnight.
Yeah, that could create. Yeah, because I said like I was like, yo, like I felt like in a week I was a totally different person just from tapping in to think like a monk and journaling and spending alone time
and being afraid. is really what it is.
Being hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, being like in pain. Like
Yeah.
that internal pain is far worse than any type of physical pain you can ever feel. That hurt that you feel in your heart and inside that you can't fucking control and it won't go away, it just lingers for hours.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll take physical pain over that type of pain any day of the week.
Yeah, bro. I'm in physical pain every day with my back, and it's absolutely nothing. You know, it doesn't hold. It doesn't like. You don't know what it's like to be like. It's so easy to forget how painful those situations can be.
They make you never want to go back.
Yeah, and then you get back, and then you're like, fuck, you know, and like. It's a fucking, bro. It's a scary place to be in, bro. You know?
Yeah, because you're just faced with so much like that. That's when the overthinking comes in, because now you're faced with like, what could I have done better? What do I regret?
Right.
What were the little changes I could have made to avoid this from happening again?
Yeah.
Why did I do this to myself again? You start asking yourself all these questions, and you just fucking drive yourself into a fucking ditch.
Yeah.
Because you look at yourself and you hate yourself. But I think that's the first step to taking that next step. If you can look in the mirror and be responsible for your actions and know that a lot of the choices you made led to this decision, right? And led to this thing happening, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So that's the first step, is being self-aware of the mistakes that you made, learning from them, growing from them. Yes, the mistakes are going to fucking hurt.
Yeah.
The mistakes aren't supposed to feel good. They're mistakes for a reason. But they're necessary in your life, and I'd rather make them now when the stakes aren't that high.
Yeah.
Because once you get into like a real life or death situation, right? When now you're looking at like you have a, you know, say in a relationship wise, you got a family, you got kids. You don't want to go through a divorce then. You take the breakups now and the fuck ups as a 25-year-old, 24-year-old, right? To be the husband or partner or wife you want to be when you're in the real thick of it.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, and that's just one thing, but like there's numerous occasions where like those mistakes at the time, they feel like the world is ending, but it's not the end of the world. Like those are honestly necessary. And like, as much as that shit hurts, bro, like you only know you can grow from it and learn from it.
Yeah. Absolutely, bro. Let's segue into we got a segment. We have a fucking segment of the episode doing something new, right? It's cool. Let's do something new. We have some questions from, you guys from the community, right? Before we get into it, if you guys want to ask questions, join our Facebook group in our bio and then just post a question in there, and then we'll get to it on the next time we do this. And this is something like we want to do like more regularly, you know. This is something that we want to do like eventually. We want to do like call-ins too. Like we want like you guys like to call in for an episode and like go over certain things, and to see if like there's anything, you know, that we can I guess help with. So I want to get into this one because our boy Andrew was showing love on the live the other day.
Yes, Andrew. Yeah, shout out to Andrew, man.
Yeah. Yo, thank you, bro. Andrew's a young bull too, bro. Like he's in high school, so like he's gonna be bro. Yo, if you tap into this shit in high school, bro, the fucking world is yours. Straight up, the fucking world is yours, bro. So he said, and maybe we'll put the screenshot up, but it's like, one topic I'd love to get your thoughts on is about finding the right people to surround yourself with. I've dealt with a lot of fake people in my life, and I found this quote: go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. And it's been super helpful in reminding me. Thank you guys for everything you do. I'm with y'all to the end. Clap it up for fucking Andrew, man. you know, like, appreciate you, bro. And like, honestly, congratulations, bro, for being 17 and being on this path. Because like, bro, if I found this shit when I was 17, I mean, bro, I'd probably have a cane and have white hair by now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have transcended. But yeah, now so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. So
finding good people around you.
Like what's the tip, or like one that I love to get is about finding the right people to surround yourself with.
Yeah.
I've dealt with, I guess like tips to find the right people in your life, like tips to finding good people, and like maybe segue out of that, like how to get rid of the bad people, maybe.
Yeah.
Or like what makes someone a bad. So like my question to you, number one, is like, all right, like what do you think makes a good friend?
A good friend is someone that you can count on, someone that can hold you responsible and accountable when you're doing the wrong shit.
Right.
Someone that you can trust with your family and your loved ones, and you know they'll always be there for you. Bro, honestly, it's just someone like that you know is like is solid, just all around solid. Like, yo, like I need some bread. Like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got you. Yo, like I need a ride. Yeah, I got you. No problem. Right.
Yeah.
Those are just like little, like, and friendship doesn't come down to favors, but that's just like when you're in need, like you should have that person that you know will always be there no matter what, and never look for something in return. That's the number one thing. Your friend should be able to do something for you and not look for something in return.
Yeah, bro. I think that's a beautiful point, bro. Because I have a lot of people in my life that I'm close to, bro. It's very easy to be close to me because I'm a very like kind, like outgoing guy. But I even have some people right now that I'm close with, bro. That when you said that, like almost gave me chills, bro. Because I was like, dude, I know some fucking people right now that like, if I wasn't in this position, right? If I wasn't in a good position of my life, and I asked them for something, they wouldn't be as receptive, you know? So that's a great point, right? Like a friend is someone that, man, a friend is someone that just has your fucking back no matter what, you know? Like literally no fucking matter what, you know? And I'm not saying you want to enable someone, bro, because I know what it's like to if someone is getting dark, bro, and getting deep and like falling off the deep end, like if there's only so much advice you can give someone before like they almost become it's just tough to say, you know, because like there is a fine line in friendship of like understanding if someone is using you almost as a mental punching bag and they don't really want to change, or if they're speaking to you because like they want to actually like make a change in their life, you know, because you can't as a friend take in negativity from someone all the time. You know, I do believe there has to be like some type of give or take, but that's why, like you said before, your friends need to be solid. Those are the people that you want to surround yourself with. Yeah. People that are solid, you know.
You need to keep in mind also that like friendships have seasons.
Yeah.
Your friends aren't always for life, right? Sometimes friends and people in your life serve a purpose for a specific time in your life. And then you guys outgrow each other, and that's okay. There doesn't have to be a fallout. You guys can always have love for each other, but you guys just aren't in the same space anymore. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Friendships have a place in your life for a specific time. And then there is also friends that are for a lifetime, right? So Andrew is asking, like, how do I find these people? I think personally, it's just like, yo, do the things that you like to do, and those people will gravitate towards you, right? One, be the best version of yourself, because then you're going to attract like-minded individuals. If you're a piece of shit, you're going to attract pieces of shit, more shit. Right? If you're dialed in, you're locked in, you're a good person, you're a good human being, you live moral, with good morals and you want to help others, like those people just naturally kind of flow into your life, and then you start to build relationships and friendships off of that because of the like-mindedness between the people. Yeah. So I think, just find like an avenue, whatever your creative is, right? Like whatever you like to do, whatever your niche is. Yeah. Bro, pursue that. And then start talking to people like that are in that same field, and I'm sure you guys will have some of the same interests, and you may be able to build something. But then keeping the bad people out, like you were saying, bro, I think that's easy, bro. You know when someone is no good for you. Even if it is a friend, sometimes you grow up with a friend, right? And you guys are so tight. And then as you get older, they start going down the wrong path. But you think you owe them some type of loyalty because you grew up together. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yo, if that person is bringing you down physically, mentally, spiritually, you don't need that person in your life anymore. Yeah. They're only going to cause pain and cause fucking hardship in your life. And you don't need that burden on you.
Yeah. No, absolutely, bro. I couldn't agree more with everything, bro. That's beautiful, man. I think, like you said, bro, it's very easy to, I mean, I don't know though, bro, because I don't know how good, like, some people are really good at judging people and other people might be, some people suck at it, like
do you think you're good at it?
I thought I was really good at it, and then something kind of recent happened.
I think, I mean, from me, like knowing you very well, I think you are a very lenient person, and you give a lot of people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And you look at the good in everyone, which isn't a bad thing, but sometimes you can get burned.
Yeah.
Me on the other side, I'm very aware, and I think I'm like an excellent judge of character, like off the bat.
Yeah.
I don't try to judge a book by its cover, and sometimes when I do, I'll admit when I'm wrong. But I do have a knack for just like knowing who someone is, and like I can see right through people, and more often than not, like their true colors come out, and like I just give myself like a pat on the back, like yo, like you saw that from the jump,
Yeah, maybe that's something that I have to work on a little bit more, bro. Because I've never been the type of person, bro, to have any type of wall up, very open with everyone, bro. It's just like kind of the way that I rock, So like for me, I always seek to get close to someone like right off the rip, because it's just like who I am. It's like, bro, it's what I like talking about. Like I don't like to talk about the fucking weather, bro, or the Buffalo Bills. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not. That's not what I like to do, bro. It's like like you've almost said it, like bro, like anytime like I see someone at the gym and we get into a 20-minute conversation, you're like, bro, like. Did you have to do all that? Because you could have just kept it pushing. Like, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? All right, have a good day, So I don't know. For whatever reason, bro, I think it's because I love people, Like, I think that people, bro, are some of the, and honestly, bro, even beyond that, bro, it's almost because, like, bro, like, it feels so good to, like, speak to a person instead of fucking speaking to someone on the phone, Yeah. So seeing anyone in person is, like, fun for me,
Yeah, because you can also feel their energy, right? So like when you're talking to someone in person, it's a lot different than talking to someone over the phone.
Yeah.
When you're texting someone, they have time to respond, and you also don't know, you can't feel their tone or hear their tone of voice.
Yeah.
When you're speaking to someone in person, you can feel and read their energy immediately, and they don't have time to think about what they want to say. They have to respond in seconds.
Yeah, and I love speaking to people in person so much that, bro, it trips me up, like with women, like because I'll be on a date. And I'm just so excited to be on the date, bro. And like I love dates 1, 2, and I love people. I love like getting to know someone new. So someone could be like not that interesting, right? And then I'm a fucking talker, so I can carry the conversation, go home and put my head on the pillow, and I'm a lover boy too. So I'll be like, oh man, that date was so good. I'll call my friends the next day. That date was so good, and then I'll go on another one, then I'll do the same thing and I'll feel good. And then 3 months later down the line, I'm like, damn, that bitch was uninteresting.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's something for me. I think that you're right, bro. I am lenient, bro. I give people the benefit of the doubt. It's something that I have to work on. I think it stemmed from a little bit of an insecurity of mine, because honestly, bro, truthfully, I've been so afraid to like be alone recently, bro. I've been so afraid to like be in my own thoughts recently, bro, because my thoughts. Honestly, bro, for the past year and a half, people thought I was partying it up, filming Jake Paul, doing this, doing that, Gary Vee. And I've been like, bro, some of the, like, my mental health has been terrible for the past year, So I think that's why, like, sometimes, bro, I try to talk to people for fucking really long, bro, because, like, I love people, bro, and it gets me out of my fucking own head, Yeah. I know this isn't the question, but I just wanted to dive into that, just because, like, anytime I can get transparent on a pod, it's good, bro, because I know there's other people that are dealing with that, and like that's why we're fucking doing this podcast, bro. Yeah. It's like it's more than like if I can be transparent and share something that I'm struggling with. For like some people to call me soft, I'll do that because like the majority of people like can actually feel it, you know, like the clip that we just posted, you know, I'm talking about the crazy person inside my mind. I thought everyone was going to make fun of me. Majority of the shit on that was like,
I feel you. I'm the same way, cuz, you know?
You know? So it just goes to show you, bro. It's like, and that's like, you know, why I love doing this, you know, cause it's, all the negative mindset, bro, is just everyone deals with it. People don't talk about it. And I think that it's what it really helps me like when I voice it, you know?
Yeah. What's his name? I was watching before I came here. I was watching Logan Paul. They were doing an episode with Cody Rhodes, but they had the intro before he got on. Yeah. And Logan because George Janko started his own podcast now.
Oh, like, really?
Yeah, his own shit now. Okay. And did like a whole clickbait shit like, oh, I got fired from Impulsive. But he didn't. He just was out of town. Yeah. But Logan he said to all his fans, he goes, I advise, he goes, if you have the means, he goes, start a podcast. He goes, podcasting is the most therapeutic way to articulate your thoughts, and it's therapeutic. He goes, I love this stuff because this is where we can just be ourselves, you know? So, you know, just exactly what you were saying. Like, this is exactly the platform. I actually have I have a call in right now.
If you let's rip it. Yeah,
Cousin Avi wants to call in.
Yeah, call in. Yeah, sorry to Andrew. I feel like we didn't even dive into that like enough, you know, but like a fucking
yo.
Big dogs. Cousin Jake, Cousin Zach, what's going on?
Wow.
How we doing?
We got a call in. This is dope. Cousin Avi is the first ever call in.
This question is, it's a big one, and it's kind of mind-boggling. It's very deep philosophical. Do you guys believe? They always say that we need to kill the ego. They always say that the dark side of ourselves is something that we should get rid of and we should vanish. But do you guys believe that the dark side of who we are is the paradigm or the paradox to our being? So essentially is we have good parts of ourselves, but we also have evil parts of ourselves. Do you believe if we banish the evil parts of ourselves that we will not truly be who we are?
I like that. We were talking about that. We kind of spoke about this the other day, where we're like, is it you know, the good side and the bad side? Is that God and the devil that live inside of us at the same time? I think you need that dark side in you to be able to show the good side. It's that happy medium, right? Like there's, you know, the best things in life, like with the highs, there has to be the lows. There is no highs without the lows, right? So there is no best you without the evil side of you, right? Like everyone has a dark side. Everyone has a dark side to them. Everyone has bad thoughts. Everyone has these crazy things, I think, that they think in their own mind. But you need to be able to deflect those, right? So your higher self and your better self, right? The good side of you should be able to overpower that dark side. That's what I think, right? So like your ego could have both of those sides. Your ego could have a really dark fucking evil side, and then your ego could have this selfless, passionate, positive, outgoing, help everyone side, right? So I think you just need to learn how to balance the two and have that better side outweigh the bad. That's how I see it. What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, I think it's a trap. I think the better side is still the ego. That's not the better side of you is not, you know, like the better side of me likes to put hair gel in and go get girls. I'm not like I don't know, that's not my dark side, you know. I think that the only thing that can shed light on darkness is light. And the only thing, from what I understand about spirituality, is light, is your consciousness. So, you know, I say that to say that, you know, I just think, bro, we take shit way too fucking serious, the good and the bad. You know, like Alan Watts says, you have to treat your life like a play. You know, so like you sit in the meditation, right? So you realize that you're not your ego. That's why you sit in the meditation, because you realize you're so much more than your ego. And then when you get out of the meditation, after doing it enough, you realize that all of your problems is like a big ass drama, right? And even your darker self. I know what it's like to have fucking terrible thoughts, bro. I have terrible thoughts all the fucking time. Terrible thoughts are only terrible thoughts if you take it so serious. You know? It's like if someone says something about me that's not true and it's this terrible thing, it's going to bounce right off of me, right? But if someone says something to me that I believe to be true, I take this thing serious, it's going to fucking hurt me, right? So that's how you want to treat the bad thoughts and the ego in general. It's like, dude, it's all a fucking big game, you know? So I feel like I don't think, like, at least from what I've seen, like, some people have talked about, like, how do you deal with negative thoughts? How do you deal with your shadow self, your negative self? And they say one of the ways is to, like, think positive thoughts, right? But if I do that, now I'm just having a fucking dialogue in my head. I got these negative thoughts and I got these fucking positive thoughts. And now I'm more fucking confused than if I were to just have the negative thoughts, right? So it's like the best way to get rid of negative thoughts is just shut the fuck up, right? And actually fucking meditate. And you'll see after a while, those things will just start to become less loud and less loud and less loud. And ultimately, will they go away? Probably not. But if you don't take something serious, what does it fucking matter?
Cool.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, appreciate you.
Avi, what you think, bro?
What you think?
That was beautiful. I think it's essential to our being of we have to have the good with the bad. You know, you kind of hit on the point. You know, we sometimes have to be mindful in those negative thoughts and really accepting them and allowing them to be there. You know, because if we're just the toxic positivity, if we just neglect those negative thoughts, our mind is supposed to wander. So whether we're thinking about good things, whether we're thinking about bad things, I think it's essential to our being to be able to think of those bad things and be able to internalize those bad things. Well, is this myself? Is this my ego trying to attack me? Like you said, is somebody telling me something? Is it true, or is it a projection of their self that they're now trying to display onto me and portray onto me when I know it's not the truth? So we need to have the good. We need to have the good thoughts. We need to have the bad thoughts because, you know, they say that you try to slay all the demons, but sometimes you need the demons to be able to push you to greater heights, to be able to unlock new consciousness within yourself, within life, within just creating wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's great, bro. Yeah, I like that. Appreciate you calling in, man. Glad we got to, you know, you got to be our first call in, because we plan on doing this a lot more, especially once we get the Patreon up and running. Like, we're going to be doing episodes weekly with only call-ins, like straight call-ins, like, you know, for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes for an episode. So appreciate you being number one,
Cousin fucking Avi, appreciate you, baby.
Journey to the moon, man.
Yes, sir. All
To
right,
the
cuz,
fucking
I'll
moon.
text you. I'll text you after this. All right, good man.
Ah, dude, someone said something to me last week, bro. That was so good. They were like, how do you? This isn't the question, but they were like, how do you, like, you know, stay so peaceful? I'm like, I'm not fucking peaceful at all. You know what I'm saying?
I'm far from fucking peaceful.
Far from, you know.
Well, and that's the power of social media and the fucking disdain that I have with it, because you only show what you want people to see. And not that you do that, but I'm saying, like, people could look at your Instagram, right, and only think about, you know, only think that, okay, Jake has all this shit going for himself. He's always positive. He's always trying to put people on to business, giving people free game, fucking inspiring people. He must be he must be enlightened. And
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
they don't know what you go through on the daily, right? They don't know what we go through on the daily because it's like, one, like that's not the space to talk about that stuff. I don't like that, right? Like there's stuff like, right, like you can post a clip, right, or like a meme, whatever, and
Yeah.
that may be how you're feeling at that point in time. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a place for you to talk about how you're not at peace. Like, what are you gonna say?
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm at war with myself. I fucking hate who I am.
Yeah.
I can't fucking I can't stop overthinking. I have this thing going on in my life that. Like, bro, that
Yeah.
Instagram isn't the place to share that. Maybe this, like a podcast, right? Or just fucking talk to someone.
Yeah, fuck these motherfuckers, bro. It's like, yo, bro, let's start a fucking podcast. You know, it's like, bro, why you hating? Like, yo, if it helps me, right? Like, yo, can you imagine, bro? Like, there's probably men out there that are doing podcasts that have no other way to fucking talk to people. What are they gonna go to their Instagram? Like you just said, they're not gonna go to their fucking Instagram and speak about all the things that are fucking bothering them.
Maybe they can't afford a therapist.
Bro, a fucking Italian man from Brooklyn is not going to go see a fucking shrink. Right? So,
Sopranos.
yeah. No, yeah. Well, you know,
Tony Soprano.
I guess Tony will.
But I'm saying that was a fucking sin.
Yeah.
He had to hide it from everyone because they'll fucking kill him.
Exactly.
That's against everything.
So it's like, bro, like for people like to be, bro, I don't think people understand their fucking words. You know, and it makes me want to smack people in the fucking face, you know?
That was my whole thing with like, bro, nobody's fucking held accountable anymore. But
yeah, there's got to be something in the future. There has to be something.
No, the only thing is, bro, is what you just said before. If someone can say something to you and you know it doesn't fucking affect you, just let it bounce off of you.
Yeah.
If it hurts you, then maybe that's something that you need to deal with by yourself, right? But bro, fuck what everyone says. Fuck what anyone thinks. What anyone says about you that has no value in your life, their words mean absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
If you allow people's words to affect you and affect your mindset and affect your daily fucking habits and the things that you want to pursue, to me, you're mentally weak.
Yeah.
That is being mentally weak.
Ultimately, like you're hitting on right now. Ultimately, we're in charge of our own fucking minds, you know? And that's what I was saying about the Midsummer fucking clip, you know? I wasn't trying to be mean about this girl saying, like, she's mentally weak, because I'm fucking mentally weak, too. What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it, you know? Because, bro, being mentally weak is not a good fucking way to live, bro.
No.
And I do believe that it's curable, bro. Like, I don't believe that anxiety and depression is like this lifelong fucking illness. Schizophrenia, bipolar, yeah, I don't know anything about that. You know, that's tough, and
That's a chemical imbalance in your brain.
Yeah, and
that you do need medication and you do need therapy. Like you need to see someone for like that. That's a little bit different than the anxiety and depression. Like there is, and then there's levels to it too, right?
Yeah.
So there is levels to being, you know, depressed, right? Like, so like you can get diagnosed with depression that is out of your control. But I think people, the word is thrown around so vaguely and so often in today's society that everyone is just depressed. It's almost cool to be depressed. Oh, like shit's not going well in my life. I don't have any self-motivation to get up out of bed and change that. So now I'm just going to tell people I'm depressed. That's not being depressed, right? Like you hit a wall, you hit rock bottom, and now you are faced with a decision. Do I go and face this head on, or do I lay in my bed and not move and feel bad for myself?
Yeah.
That's not being depressed. So there's a fine line between like being clinically depressed by a doctor and being like tested, right? Or there's just like, I'm going through a bad time in my life and I don't have enough self-motivation to do anything about it.
Yeah, but I'm even saying if you are clinically depressed, my argument is that you can bounce back from it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%.
But I think that's a narrative that's not talked about enough, you know? I feel like some people can label anxiety and depression as like these like lifelong things, you know? I feel like, you know, I feel like I don't know, bro. I mean, majority of people I know with mental problems, bro, I've had mental problems for a long fucking time.
Yeah, and I mean, bro, it's just, bro, everyone has fucking anxiety.
Yeah.
If you don't have anxiety, you're probably not normal. You know what I mean? Everyone is stressed out. Everyone's strung out about certain shit, bro. Nobody has it all figured out. From the top to the bottom, everyone has fucking anxiety. Everyone has problems.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about those problems? How do you respond to those problems?
Yeah.
That's how you deal with anxiety.
Yep.
How much do you allow it to control your mind? How much do you allow it to control your day-to-day? Right?
Like,
and
like
I think that's the main thing. Like that's the main difference is the control and the response to it.
Or like how much do you allow anxiety to control your day to day, and how willing are you to be burdened by this thing for the rest of your life? That was the thing that cured my anxiety, or led me on the path of curing my anxiety, was realizing that I don't want to have something for the rest of my life to where I'm at the fucking altar about to fucking marry the love of my life and have a panic attack. Don't put that evil on me. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me that I have something to where I can't change something, right? I don't want that. I don't fucking accept. People talk about acceptance. I don't want to accept that. Because that to me, right, could have been a misdiagnosis from one doctor. If I would have went to see 100 doctors, 50 would have said you have this thing, 50 of them would have said you don't.
Yep.
So who do I believe in that fucking scenario, right? And that's why we need more of an independence, right, of ourself, right? We need, and the reason why a lot of us don't trust our own selves is because we're not tapped into our intuition at all to understand what messages are like coming from a good place versus, you know, or we're so used to, you know, mommy and daddy coming in to save the day. We're so used to the school counselor coming in to save the day. We're so used to not even having anyone come in and save the day and run away from the problem and letting it stack up with all the other fucking problems, right? And then taking that baggage with us and then blowing up on people at random and then saying, oh, my bad, that's just my anxiety, right? So now you're blaming your anxiety, which you could have managed, for being a shitty fucking person. And that's on you.
Yeah.
So
it's like it's like a scapegoat.
Yeah.
You can you use these things to make up for your wrongdoings. And I think if you allow like the external things in your life to dictate your internal, that's where you got it fucked up, right? Like you can't allow the outside noise to like you. At the end of the day, bro, like you go to sleep, you go to sleep by yourself. You're the only person in your mind. You're the only person in your own thoughts, right? Like nobody else can come there. Yeah. So it's like how do you control those thoughts? Mm-hmm. You have full control of that, right? Like if you are in a place where you're not like you feel like you're out of control of your thoughts, then maybe seek help.
Yeah, of course. But like help could be like help, like, and that's like my kind of gripe with Western society is that help can be so much different things, right? Like, who's to say, because I used to be the guy that, like, if I looked at a sound healer or someone that uses crystals, right, I'd look at them and, like, talk shit. But some people get help by them, you know? So who's to say, like, there is something called a placebo effect, right? If I believe that this crystal is helping me, right? And it helps me, I'm going to go buy some fucking crystals.
Right until the wheels fall off.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I have to pee so bad, bro. And then we'll
jump into another questions. Yeah. All right. We are back.
I got a good one. I want to apologize for my boy Andrew. Like, we just fucking, like, that's how we work, man. Like, we're creative people. Like, that's like I feel
like we did a decent job though.
No, we did do a good job. I'm just saying, maybe
it's our first time.
I'm
We're
hard on myself. Too. You know what I'm saying?
We're learning too. I hope he got something from that. I think he did.
He got something. All right, here we go. Let's go to our guy, Aaron's son. Hi, Jake. I recently stumbled across your page, and I feel that your podcast clips resonate with me deeply. I admire your attitude towards life, and it is something I'm striving towards, but struggling with constantly. I've been through my fair share of shit, and I'm working to improve myself from within. Let's fucking go. Love that. I don't know if you'll see this or respond, but I want to ask you, after going through shit, realizing something needs to change and trying to change, did you ever feel like you had truly changed? I feel like I've been trying to change for so long that maybe I can't. Thank you. I wish you success with your journey. Yeah. So, thank you, Aaron, number one.
Yes, thank you. You want to start?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Mental progress, like changing your mental health, right? And like, it's so much fucking different, bro, than physical progress. It's light years away from that. Meaning, because mental progress, bro, is one of those things that it's very hard to notice how good you're doing. If I box for a year, right, I can take a video at the beginning of the year, and I can take a video at the end of the year, and I'm going to look like a savage at the end of the fucking year, right? Now, if I go down the path of like self-awareness and self-exploration, and I start this journey within, right, I might on year 4 feel the worst I've ever fucking felt, right? But that doesn't mean that those 4 years went to shit, right? Because although you're still going to feel bad in life, that's a misconception with self-help. People think like, okay, if I can learn self-help, it's going to solve all my problems. It's not going to solve any of your fucking problems, right? You're going to keep having fucking problems. And they might even get really bad. But what self-help does is it shortens the time after the problem. So if you don't have any tools, right, and you don't have any type of self-help, the first time you go through fucking something mentally, you'll be there for a while. And I know, bro, because I was there. I spent 6 months in fucking fetal position, bro, because I didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know? Now I can have a mental breakdown, 5 times a month. But a mental breakdown for me is more so like a day thing or like an hour thing, right? So that's something that I want to say to you is I don't think mental progress is easy to judge. And Aaron, reach out to me, because I would want to hear like, do you feel like it is easier for you to deal with certain, like, do you feel like the time spent after is better? Because that's a good sign. And if not, you need to be fucking honest with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I think personally,
yeah,
since we live with ourselves every day, we may not see the progress that we're making every day. If you're taking the right steps and creating good habits to creating a better life for yourself, it's going to be a slow grind. It's going to be a long progress, right? Like, you're not going to be able to see these things overnight, but you may be changing and you may not be able to notice those changes just because you're with yourself every day. That was the reason I was going to compare it a little bit to the physical aspect, where it's like sometimes you don't see, right? If you're hitting the gym every day, sometimes you don't see your physical progress when you look in the mirror every day because you look at yourself every day. If you worked out for a year and you saw someone, that you haven't seen in 6 months to a year, they may be like, damn, like, you look good, like, you look totally different. And in your mind, you're like, damn, I feel like I still look the same, right? Or I feel like I haven't made that much progress. But it's the fact that you live with yourself every day and you're in your own mind every single day. You don't know the strides that you're taking if you are taking the right steps, right? So if you are meditating, you are journaling, you are reading, you are listening to good podcasts, right? You are doing affirmation, whatever it may be, whatever your thing is that helps you. If you do it every day and these become habits, those things almost become normal to you. So the progress that you're making can almost go unnoticed because of how consistent you are with that effort.
Yeah.
So I think it depends what you're doing. So if Aaron, in this case, is taking those right steps and he feels like he isn't changing, it's like, really dig deep and think about where you were from when you started this self-help journey to where you are now. And really, like, write it down. Write all the things down that are different in your life. Write where you are in your business. Write where you are as a child, as a son. Write where you are as a partner in a relationship. Think about the progress that you've made. Think about the people that you don't have in your life anymore. Maybe they were bad for you. Maybe this new version of yourself got rid of those people because you knew that they were no good for you, right? And it just naturally happened, but you didn't. But you don't think anything of it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the one thing that's like super crucial to think in mind. It's like maybe you are making progress. Sometimes it's hard to see. I'm not happy with myself today at all. But am I more happy with myself today than I was 2 months ago? 100%. But I just know that there is such a higher level that I can reach. That's what I'm striving for.
Yeah.
But I'm not there yet. So internally, I'm not happy where I'm at. But I know that I have taken like tremendous strides in moving forward to get to where I want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, that was beautiful, bro. That was beautiful, bro. I just think it's one of those things, if you're not actively practicing, you'll forget immediately. You know? It's like the thing with the physical is like if I learn how to ride a bike, I know how to ride a bike forever. You know? Anytime I go on a bike, I'll ride the bike. You know? It might not be as good. But the thing with self-help, right, is like you do the self-help, you feel good, and then you stop doing it, and then you forget how good it was. Right. So that's, and I don't know why that is. I think that's a problem with our dopamine, because I think that it's just not fun to sit down and meditate. It's not fun to sit down and read a book. It's not fun to go for a walk. It's not fun to go for a hike. No. Taking mushrooms is kind of fun, you know,
because we've trained ourselves.
Yeah.
The phone, not us. The phone has trained us to teach us what we like, right? And what gets us happy. Yep. So I think that's the main thing. That like the dopamine is the main thing. What's the next question?
Let me. So that's that. Yeah. So we'll start there. Let me see if there's anything. After going through this, your advice, something needs to change. And trying to change. Do you ever feel like you had truly changed? Yeah. The answer of that. The last thing that I'll say to that is like, yeah, bro. Absolutely, I've fucking changed, bro. I'm like. The only reason why I'm even doing this podcast is because I went through that stuff, you know? So I think it's for you. It's like, yo, if you're going through a fucking tough time in life right now, Aaron, like, I think you need to look at what are you doing with it, you know? Like, this could be your greatest teacher, right? Like, this could be your best opportunity in life to take this experience, take the pain, right, in the depth of your fucking soul, all the bullshit that you're that's really going on with you. And use it for good, you know, and if you really fucking take that, bro, and if you really do the meditation and like you really fucking do the work, you're gonna feel fucking tremendous, bro, and be a light for other people. So
love that.
That's that, bro. All right, so let's go. We have a female question.
Let's do that.
Okay. Hey, I started following you guys on TikTok, and now I started listening to this is from Crystal. Started following you guys on TikTok. Now I started listening to you guys on Spotify. You guys are great. God bless you guys. God bless you, Crystal. I have a question. Maybe you guys could talk about it more on a podcast. When a guy gives you mixed signals and then he says he doesn't want a relationship but still wants to be friends, should I continue the friendship or just move on? Thank you. I love you guys. I always support you guys.
So this answer could be from the guys. Could be like, oh, he's a simp, whatever.
Uh-huh.
But no. If you want my honest opinion, no.
Okay.
If a guy says he just wants to be friends with you, he's just looking for a benefit from you.
Yeah,
I think we all know what that is. But if a guy really doesn't want to take you serious, bro, fuck that. Don't waste your time. And that's just me. Like, you support us, so I'm going to support you. I'm going to try to help you. That's my intuitive thought of it, and that's how I think a lot of guys would think in mind, right? Like, if a guy is saying, like, like, I don't want to be too serious. And, hey, you never know. Maybe if you do, guys, you know, a lot of strong relationships do start from a strong friendship, right? And then you build, right? The friendship is the first step to it. Yeah. So maybe that is an avenue. But if a guy's coming straight off the bat, yo, I'm not looking for anything, you know, serious. I just want to be friends. I mean, if you want to be friends with him, sure, but then set that standard, right, and set those barriers so I guess he knows what it is, right? So you don't end up getting hurt, right? Or you don't end up being in an uncomfortable situation or being in an uncomfortable friendship, right? That's how I would view it from not knowing any context behind the the relationship. More often than not, though. I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, if he just wants to be friends, he doesn't want to be with you. Yeah, it's simple. It's simple. Yeah, it's simple.
I mean,
it's unfortunate.
We get it though from the other side of it though. We've had plenty. You know what I'm saying? Girls do that too. Like like friend zone. You know what I'm saying? Like the friend zone. Like if a girl puts you in the friend zone, like, and that's the thing. If you have no intentions of taking him serious, then be friends with him.
Yeah.
But if you saw him as more than a friend and he only sees you as a friend, cut it off because now you're just gonna get hurt. Because now feelings are involved. That's the same thing for a guy, right? Like if you're a dude and a girl puts you in the friend zone, you let her know what it is. Like, hey, like I thought we were going to be more than this. If she says, nah, I only see you as a friend, appreciate you. Thank you for being honest. Good luck with everything. Don't even put yourself in that fucking situation because nothing good comes out of that.
Yeah, they're not going to change their mind.
No.
Yeah, they're not going to change.
They've
their
already
mind.
set their standard on you.
Yep. I love that.
Thank you.
I'm not going to add anything. Thank you, Crystal. Okay. This is from my homie Kate that I went to Missouri State with. This is like close friend coming in with this. She's a great person. How do you handle growing apart from individuals who you've been friends with since you were young? For instance, I have been friends with a girl since 6th grade, was in her wedding, went to her gender reveal. And recently I told her I was moving to Wisconsin to pursue my interests, and she didn't even acknowledge it, which in turn hurt my feelings. I told her it did, and she blocked me. We've been growing in different directions, which I'm okay with, but I'm just irritated at the fact I was honest and vulnerable, and she blocked me altogether like she's the victim, ? I don't know. Maybe my question is more or less, how do you recommend dealing with this/these kinds of people? So how do you recommend dealing? I mean, I right off the bat, she just sounds like she's toxic as fuck.
Let them go. If anyone wanted to be in your life, they would never put themselves in jeopardy of losing you.
Yeah.
That's how I live my life. They would never put themselves in a situation to lose you if they truly cared about you and loved you.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing. That's how I look at a lot of shit. If this person truly wanted to be in my life, they would do everything and make the strongest effort to do everything in their possibility to stay in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you have to check up and text me and call me 24/7. Nobody wants that. We all want our space, right? That's what creates friendship, right? Is growing apart and then coming back together. But it is, if that person, if your best friend was in your wet and they block you, I mean, because you were chasing a passion, if anything, she should be happy for you. How is someone you call a friend mad at you for moving away from them because you're pursuing and trying to better your life? That's just selfish. Yeah. And you don't need selfish people in your life. You don't need a friend being selfish at that. Then from the outside looking in, bro, that's just a one-sided friendship. And that only ends one way. Someone getting like really hurt.
Yeah, I would I'm going through this right now, bro, with I had a brother who I've had fights with before, you know, but a brother, bro, blocked me on Instagram. And I hit up my homie the other day. And I was like, "Hey, like, does this mean that like we're not, like, he doesn't want to be friends anymore?" And she was like, "Yeah. That's what it means." So like, let me take your situation and bring it to myself to figure out what I'm going to do with my friend, my brother, right? Best friend for a very long time, brother who just recently blocked me on Instagram. Kind of out of nowhere. I mean, I haven't been the best friend, you know, in the past 4 years, just because I was, you know, listen, that's the difference between men and women, I think. I think men can go years without seeing each other, and, yo, bro, what the fuck is good? So it's like we never left. The love is there.
Rekindle, yeah.
Women, from what I've seen, like in their relationships, they almost have to like keep speaking. They have to keep watering the relationship for it to be like all love and all good. Men, it's not like that, you know. So, and my friend, maybe he's a little feminine, you know. Maybe he wanted me to check in on him more, you know. But like, nah, like there was definitely some things that I feel like, you know, I did wrong in this scenario. So I feel like that's a good step right there, right? So like, think about like with your friend Kate. Okay, like what role did I have in it? Because I think it does sound a little weird to me that like you just voiced that you were a little unhappy about something, and then she blocked you. You know, Like if you said to me like that you were unhappy with something, am I gonna block you?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know the context behind.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, so that's I would go in and look at look at the relationship, right? And I'm only saying to think this deeply into something if you really do love this person and you've been rocking with them for a long time, you know, because Jay Shetty in the beginning of Think Like a Monk says, hey, like none of my fucking family understood any of this monk shit. You know, they were like, yo, doctor or lawyer, and I told them I was going to be a monk, and they all fucking like it's a bad thing, bro, in that culture, right? To go and fucking, you know, not listen to your parents. They've done everything for you. And he said something like, if you fucking really love someone, like you fight for them, you know? So Kate, I would say to you, like with this you know, if this is a relationship you'd like to have, you know, then this is where we're at. Like, let's get deep with it. You know, my friend is someone that I think I'd want to, you know, have a relationship with. So I would say, yeah, like think about what you did. And then I would think about how would your life be without this person, right? And then I would look at them. Have they added more? Have they given more than they've taken, right? Because the cool thing about life is that there's so much fucking people out there, bro. And like one of the reasons why I'm not really a believer in having a relationship in your 20s is because I just know how fucking easy it is for things to change in your 20s, right? Mm-hmm. Your physical location may change. You might have to move somewhere else, right? Your interests, your job, your hobbies, right? The things you like, you know, might change your fucking name in your 20s, bro. Your hairstyle, you know, like, bro, what if I'm with a girl and I go, you know, I get a buzz cut and she likes long hair and now I got to deal, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, as far as you know, you certainly don't need to have this relationship. I would say finishing statement on that is, if you really, you know, think that this woman, you know, this friend gives more than she takes, and you want to be friends with her, and you think that, you know, it can be a relationship that's worth having in life, I would say let time do its course, and reach back out in the future. You know, don't, you know, you can't reach out. You can't even reach out if you want. You're blocked. You know what I'm saying? But for now, I'd keep it fucking pushing, because I know you, and like you're a fucking dope person. And maybe like out of a self-respect place, maybe I change up my mind in completeness, you know, because it's like, yo, if someone doesn't want to look at you and how amazing you are and how much value you can add to their lives, then maybe it's fuck them.
Yeah. You
know, and maybe, because like, bro, I've thought about that a lot, bro. Like, there's been a lot of people that have like kind of wronged me, you know, and you know, sometimes I'll have the thought, it's all good. I'll take the higher place. Like, I'll show them love. Like, if they reach out to me, you know, it's all good. No hard feelings. But sometimes I'm kind of like, you reach out to me, you got to speak to my assistant, motherfucker, before you even get to me. You know what I'm saying? If you ever could. Yeah. Now, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, bro, in this past year, I don't even know if I've told you this. Maybe I have. I mean, we speak a lot. Bro, like in this past year, I've lost two of my best guy friends. Yeah. Two dudes that I grew up with that I call my brothers. Yeah. Haven't spoke to them in over a year, both of them. Right? Lost them. Like, we're not on speaking terms anymore. Yeah. I lost my best friend that was a girl. Lost her. Yeah. And then on top of that, I lost my girlfriend. You know? 4 people that were like really sincere, like special to me. Like, I thought that I was going to be a part of my life for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Gone. Like that. Don't even speak to him anymore. Gotta let him go, bro. What's for you will come back. If it's meant, it's meant. If that person truly loved you, they'll come back into your life. Until then, you got to let them go and let them be. And during that time, you got to do you as well. Because you can't be stuck in the past. You can't be stuck on one specific person. Because if that person wanted to be in your life, they would do everything to do that.
Yeah. That's a bar too for a relationship. You know, I know this is outside of this, but I just want to say that it's like, Dude, one of the best ways, bro, like one of the worst things you could do after a breakup is like keep tabs on that person and like keep checking in, right? Because like if you want to be with them still, right? Because like you almost have to play the game there of like, all right, like yo, just keep it pushing, move on. If that person wants to be, damn, memory card gone. Yeah, my memory card's gone. Wrap the ep.
All right. Jake's memory card died. This was a good ep.
It was a good app. Yeah, really good app.
Yeah, really appreciate you guys, whoever, sent the messages, Cousin Avi calling in. I hope we answered your questions to the best of our ability. We're going to do this a lot more often. I just wanted to tell you guys real quick about the Patreon that we are going to be launching very soon. Yeah. Patreon is going to offer a lot of exclusive access to us personally. It's going to offer access to you guys receiving things such as money being flown out, stuff like that, early
private
access to merch,
going out to like just doing dope shit in general. We're going to have a bunch of like we were talking about doing some type of for anyone that doesn't know, we're planning on going on the road and Airbnb like mansions in like Utah, Malibu, West Hollywood, Nashville, and like we want to like create like experiences for everyone, So if you're like a real fan, you're a real supporter, you join the Patreon, like there's a high fucking chance we'll fly you out and we'll do like a 3-day summit, meditation, breath work, exercise, we'll learn business, we'll fucking maybe have some guests on the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the Patreon is going to be very worth it. Like it's going to be dope. Super excited for that. Thank you guys for watching. This was a really good episode. We're shooting another one tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. So it's midnight right now. Yeah, about so 11:45. So we're going to try to get some rest. And Cameron died. There you go.
Much love.